Hi guys, it's Arsh Ellahi. Just wanted to do a quick follow-up video to the one that I released last week, which was called "Is the UK Property Market About to Crash?" We've had a phenomenal response to that. There's been lots of people that have personally emailed us or sent us a message saying, "Arsh, what do we do? Where do we go? What should we invest in?" And I thought, well, why not put it out as a video so that everyone can hear. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the new people that have subscribed to the channel as a result of last week's video. More importantly, if you're listening to this and you want to hear more of it, why don't you press the subscribe button, which is right there. Other news is that we released a podcast recently called The Property Rebel, which is available on Spotify, available on Apple iTunes, also available on SoundCloud, and I believe it's available on Google Podcasts. So if you are liking the content, we are releasing other content in other mediums like podcasts and articles, etc. Feel free to go and subscribe, and please feel free to leave me a review. So let's get moving on. So what should you invest in? What should you be doing? Should you be sitting on your hands right now and waiting for things to simmer down? Should you be going aggressive and looking for things right now? Now, this all comes down to your attitude of risk. I can't put it as clear as that, just purely because you may be the kind of person thinking, "Oh, I'm not so sure right now. Maybe I should let prices drop and maybe I should then make an offer." The other aggressive person thinks, well, you know what, now's the perfect time to attack. And I call it attack, and that's probably not the right way to go about it, but now's the right time to take action. Maybe I should be looking to buy, quite well below market value deals in. Now, there's no right or wrong answer to that, by the way. It all comes down to you and your personality. I've got some notes here, so if I do look down, that's just purely because I'm looking at those. So first of all, what is your attitude to risk? Second thing is that people said, well, should I buy now or should I wait? Now, one person in particular, actually on the previous video, asked the question, he goes, "Arsh, I'm buying a property now. Should I pull out and wait?" Now, there's two levels of thinking here. There's short-term thinking and long-term thinking. Now, the property that you're looking to buy, are you looking to buy with the view of buy, do up, refurb and sell back on? Or are you looking to buy, invest, tenant, make cash flow, and sit there for the next 10, 15 or 20 years? The reason why I ask that question is very simple. If you're looking for the long term, it's irrelevant what the values are today, because let's face it, over the next 10 to 15 to 20 years, values are going to go up and down anyway. So the price that you pay today may not be the value that you get in 15 or 20 years. Also, something to take into consideration, that when you invest in property and you go off and you get a mortgage, you're not borrowing the money for 6 months, you're borrowing it for 15 to 20, 25, even 35 years. So you've got to go in it with a long-term mindset. If you're looking to buy, refurb and do up, you will need to make sure your figures are correct. And I can't stress that enough. The reason being is that, let's just use simple numbers. You buy a house today, it's worth £100,000. You spend £20,000 on it, and you expect it to value up circa around the £140,000 to £150,000 mark. Now, in 2 months' time, what happens to that property? Does that property then decrease in value? So that 100 grand that you paid today, is it now only worth 80? Which means that your refurb is only worth circa around 130. If you've put 120 into it, does that mean that you're very narrow on your margins, which means that at best you may be breaking even. Worst case scenario, you lose money. If that's the case, I would suggest you hold out for a bit and let the market simmer down. If you're looking long term, it's irrelevant what the values are, because like I say, it's probably worth 100 grand today. In a couple of months' time, it might drop down to 90. In a year's time, it will be back up to 100. In 2 years' time, it may be back up to 110, and it goes up and it comes down cyclical. So that's, there's no right or wrong. Bear in mind that funding, depending on where you are in your funding, if you've got mortgage applications, and one thing I would say to you is that if you've got live mortgage applications now, take them. If you've got 75, 80, 85% loan to value products and you've got offers on them, don't fall out as a result of that, especially if you're doing the long-term investing. The reason why I say that is because it could be a while before the funding comes back to those kind of levels. So are you going to miss an opportunity? Are you going to miss the cash flow for that period? I'm hoping that makes sense here, by the way. In terms of investing opportunities, if you're aggressive, the opportunities where you're going to be able to invest aggressively is going to be commercial properties, and there is no doubt in that. Lots of companies are going into receiverships, lots of companies are going into liquidation. Some of the larger commercial buildings where previously all the staff have either been furloughed or having to work from home, they're going to realise that they can operate from home, and therefore they're going to continue to work from home. There's no longer the need for this large outlay in terms of office buildings. So you will see a lot of those buildings come available. Now, these aren't going to be the things that people, just Joe Public, can buy for 100 grand. You know, you're going to see lots of shops with flats above. You're going to see lots of large buildings. Believe it or not, Barclays have actually just started to pull out all of their large buildings as well. So all these buildings are going to be sat empty. When you walk down the high street, how many buildings are shut? You know, and these are all opportunities that you can take advantage of right now. So there you have it, guys. Very quick 5-minute session as to these are the things that you should be looking for. Don't dismiss anything right now. If you've got funding in place, use it. If you're thinking about investing, carry on doing it. Make cash flow. You need cash flow to survive. Look at all the other opportunities that are surrounding us. If there's pieces of land, negotiate on it. If there's commercial buildings, take them. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that session. Feel free to ask any questions. More importantly, if you want to find your next investment, your property investment deal, why don't you download an app that I released just over a year ago. It's called Property Investor. So go to the App Store. So whether you've got an iOS or Apple device, or whether you've got an Android, Samsung, Huawei, etc., and you can go to Google Play Store and type in Property Investor. You'll see an app. We've created the UK's first property investment platform. Alternatively, if you don't have a smartphone, you can go to www.propertyinvestorapp.co.uk. I'll stick the links in the description below. But on that note, guys, I wish you all well. Feel free to comment below and I'll answer as many as I can. Thank you. Bye-bye.